today we are going to be making a checkerboard heart with alternating warm colors and cool colors. So I'm going to do a heart. You, of course, do not have to do a heart. You can do any kind of shape you want. You can do a triangle, a square, a diamond, a star, whatever you think you can do, okay? But first, I want to kind of show you how I draw my hearts just to help you out. So I start by drawing one half of my heart and then drawing the other half of my heart. But I know for some people that's a little tricky. So some other ways you can draw a heart is to start with the letter M. It's kind of more just like a jumping line. And then draw the letter V underneath. That's a heart. Another way I've learned, if you write the number 2, if you just take off this bottom line, so if I cover that up, that's half of a heart. So if I just write the number 2 on this side backwards, I can just erase that line and I have a heart, right? So if I had the bottom lines, it would just look like that, right? So 2 number 2s, one forward, one backwards. That's an easy way to help you kind of get that correct shape, okay? Just leave off that bottom line. So I'm gonna flip my paper back over and I'm going to draw a pretty big heart on my paper. And don't worry if it's perfect, it definitely does not have to be perfect. Then I'm gonna get a ruler, but if you don't have a ruler, you can use anything that makes a straight line. So you can use another piece of paper, you can use a box, or really anything that you can just run your pencil along to help make you a straight line. So we're making a checkerboard. So I'm making vertical lines. I'm making sure to try to evenly space them out. It does not have to be perfect. I'm also not worrying too much about if they're perfectly straight up and down. That's fine if they're not. So I'm making my vertical lines. Okay, then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to make my horizontal lines because this is how you make a checkerboard. Okay, so there's my heart with my checkerboard. Then we're gonna use warm colors and cool colors today. So remember, warm colors are colors like red, orange, yellow, or pink. So I think for my warm colors, I think I'm gonna do pink and orange. Cool colors are colors like blue, purple, and green. So I think for my cool colors, I'm gonna use blue and purple today. Now, you have to decide if you want your warm or cool colors to go inside your heart or outside your heart. If I want my cool colors to go outside my heart, then my warm colors will go inside my heart. I'm gonna start with my cool colors because I want them to be in the background. And I'm gonna start with my blue for now. Then what I'm gonna do is, since we're making a checkerboard, we're gonna color in every other square. So I'm gonna start in this top square, but first I like to just make a mark. I like to make a dot in the squares that are gonna be blue, just to help me out before I start coloring all of them. So this first one's blue, which means this second one shouldn't be blue, because we're gonna skip every other one. So that means this third one can be blue, but you can see this heart is kind of overlapping half of that square. So I'm only gonna color the part of that square that's outside of my heart. Because remember, inside of my heart is gonna be my warm colors. So I have blue, then purple, then blue, then purple, then blue, then purple, then blue. Then this one would be purple. So then if I come down to the next line, since this one is purple, then I can make this one blue, okay? Then this one's purple. Now, even though this is inside my heart, I still wanna count, even though I'm not gonna color these in, I still wanna count so I know what colors to color these ones over here. So I'm gonna go purple, blue, purple, blue, purple. So this little triangle in here would be purple. Now, I don't know if you can see this. There's these little tiny corners that should be blue because they're just barely. So it's this square that should be blue, but since it's inside my heart, I'm not going to color it. But this little tiny corner of it is peeking out. So I'm going to color these two little corners that are showing. But this big triangle right here in the middle is going to be purple. So blue, purple, blue, purple. Now I'm going to come down. I can start with blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple. I'm just going to continue to do that all the way down my paper. Okay, so now I'm going to start to color these in. And just so I don't make a mess on the table underneath, I'm going to put a piece of paper down just in case I go outside of my lines. Now I like to carefully outline my squares first like that. So that way I make really nice straight lines and I am trying not to go outside my lines. Then I very neatly and nicely fill them in. And this is nicer on your markers too. It won't dry them out quite so fast because if you color it in just kind of like this, you end up using a lot more of your marker ink than you need. So try to help your markers out by coloring a little more neatly. So I'm just going to fill up all of those squares that I put those blue dots in. Okay, so now that I've colored in all of my blue ones, now I have a really easy way of knowing which ones to color in purple. I'm just going to color in every empty square in my background, making sure to not color in any of the squares inside of my heart, okay? I'm just going to do the same thing to make sure I'm drawing super nicely and neatly. All right, guys, my background is done. Now I'm ready to do my warm colors. I think I want to start with orange. So now I'm just going to do the same thing where I figure out which squares should be orange. So I think I'm going to do this one, which means this little tiny corner and this corner will be pink. So then I'm going to come down. And remember, I'm just skipping every other one. So this one would be pink. This one would be orange, pink, orange. Oh, and I forgot to do the top line. So if this one's orange, then that one can't be, but this middle one, I'll come down. This one's orange, so the one right beneath it can't also be orange. So then I'm just going to keep going. Now guys, figuring out which squares need to be which colors is actually a little bit more tricky than it looks. So just go slowly, take your time. If you want, you can mark them with a pencil first, and that way if you do make a mistake, you can erase before you go and color them in with markers. That might really help you out. All right, so my orange is all done, and that makes it really easy to know where my pink should go. All right, guys, so that's all done. Now you can leave it like this and it looks so awesome. You can even draw or write a fun little message in there and hang it up. You can do whatever you want with these. They're so fun. If you want to add an extra little detail and you have a black crayon or color pencil or even a piece of chalk, you can add a little shadow around your heart. And I like to do this because it makes my heart pop out from my background even that much more. So what I do first is right on the outside of my heart, I draw a really dark black line. I press down pretty hard and make it pretty dark. So I'm gonna do that all the way around first. Okay, so now I have a dark black line that goes all the way around. Then I'm going to make it look more like a shadow. I'm going to come out, and as I come further out, I'm gonna press lighter and lighter. And I'm gonna do that all the way around. So you can see as I came out farther, let me hold this up so you can see it a little closer. The farther I came out, the lighter and lighter I pressed, okay? So then it starts to look like a shadow. All right, guys, there you go. There's my shadow coming from behind my heart. Like I said, you don't have to stop here. You can write your own little fun saying on it and hang these up, make them look super cool. I had a really fun time doing this. I hope you do too. All right, see you on the next one, guys.